being here.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we can move on to Donaldson. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, that is me. Let me share my presentation. Start screen sharing. You see this? Okay. I'm also recording on my computer, just for you guys all to know. And let me get into it. Hey, my name's Donaldson Graham Berger, and I'm the creator and founder of my project called the Million Ada homepage. So, what is the Million Ada homepage? We are a living digital art installation and charity fundraiser whose goal is to spread the word about Cardano and encourage individuals and developers to join our ecosystem and to submit fund proposals while making money for charity. So the idea is simple. What we want to do is have a million pixel canvas on a website where each pixel is an individual digital asset. We'll sell each pixel for a cost of 1 ADA, and if you're the owner of pixels will be able to change the color of their pixels through a website or through a personal node. As you might guess, we got inspiration from the $1 million website that happened during the .com boom. But this is all Cardano NFT functionality twist to it. So let's begin to talk about our aspects of charity and governance. First off, this is a charity fundraiser, and we plan to donate at least 50% of all profits to the charity of your choice. So about or at least 500,000 ADA. The governance part comes in is that we want holders to be able to govern the future of this project, and so we will have that through referendums that can be proposed by the community. And both of these collide when we have a very first referendum, which will decide who to donate our funds to. All right. So since we are in the prosper and outreach category, and we have 3 main rules and goals and ideals of how we're going to do this. First things first, show, don't tell. Most prosper and outreach proposals all about marketing and telling people what Cardano can do and telling them why they should join Cardano. I think that's an ineffective approach to marketing and bringing people into the ecosystem. What brought me into it is by being shown what Cardano can do and shown the functionality of this ecosystem. So we want to inspire by example by first through our project and the 5 key functionalities that Cardano has that we utilize: metadata standards, cheap transaction, tokenized NFTs, governance, multi-asset transactions. Additionally, we want to have hands-on tutorials so you can interact with our website and our project through your own personal node. A good example of this is if you own a 10 by 10 pixel square, we want to make it so we can show you how you can create your node and essentially upload an image or edit or basically upload image through there to the website through a node, basically interacting with all individual nodes to the blockchain, so that I can change pixels without having individually change the color values. So a cool functionality of this is you could instead of having just a picture, you could have it periodically change it to your own node. Alright. So what our roadmap is. Our roadmap is 5 key steps. First, we're going to finish the website, which will be countdown on it. Second, smart contract functionality, which is the tokens, governance, key functionalities, and also the small marketplace so individuals can trade the pixels. Then starts a marketing campaign. This is the key aspect of it, where we will utilize social media and something we call social media bounties, where we have view hits, and if an individual hits those views talking about our project, we will give them, let's say, X amount of money. Along with, we will try to get a local news station through basically funding through it. We'll have a Twitch launch event, and then the last part comes with governance and bringing in and have individual vote on where they want to donate our proceeds to. So our budget, we are asking for $30,000, and that's going to fund our dev team, marketing, and hosting of the project. Since we are on Prosper and Outreach, we have 3 measures of success of how we're bringing new people to Cardano and to submit proposals. Our first one is about correlation. This is a correlative factor, but the number of unique pixel holders and visitors to our websites. So how many eyes and hands we're getting to. The second aspect is the number of hashtag million ADA homepages in future proposals. We will encourage future proposals to show that they were inspired through us and through a direct count of saying, put a hashtag in your insight or in your proposal, so we know that we were effective and brought people into proposals and did what we said. Third is that we will hold charity fundraisers. We want to raise money for charity, so the amount of money you raised. Okay, finally, let's tell you why you should vote for us. Cardano is a modern day improvement to global financial systems, and it is a disruptive technology, disrupting cryptocurrencies and global financial systems. And I think a modern day approach to financial systems needs a modern day approach to outreach. Dogmatic views on marketing is not going to bring more developers in this ecosystem because there's so much competition. I think we got to show why we're the best and look for a project that can go viral and capture the eyes and hearts of millions. Second, I think everyone here takes a risk of Cardano, and I'm going to ask for you to take a risk on me. And I would love to answer any of the questions you have about the project in any aspect. I love to ask questions. Please ask as many questions you can. And come check out a proposal on Prosper Outreach, the Million Out homepage. And yeah, that's my presentation. I would love to hear some questions. I'll stop sharing now.
Thank you, Donaldson. Does anyone have a question? I wanted to ask, you said 1 ADA per pixel.
Yes.
That would be the cost. Does that include the transaction fees? Because the transaction fees are higher than 1 ADA. How do you...
Well, not the actual transaction fees, but
Well,
the amount of ADA required to move one token is...
That is partially will be subsidized through our profits and the $30,000 would cost that we are asking for. We do not expect. We will try to shoot the goal of each pixel to cost around $1 or $2, and that's part of our funding and part of the development process.
So the goal of the marketing campaigns that you mentioned, is it to attract customers to your platform or to attract users in the first step?
I think it's twofold. First, we want to show what Cardano can do and bring people to this charity event, that we want to bring people to the ecosystem. And we also want to encourage people to be interactive for a project. And we want to do that through hands-on tutorials and examples. As I talked about, you could use a node to interact with all node to the blockchain. A simple example is you can send a transaction with, let's say, try to minimize your fee, gas fee, and have like some metadata say what your pixel value, show your representation, see what color you want to change. So, I mean, the overarching goal is that we're in Prosper and Outreach, so we want to get people to come into the Cardano. We want to spread the name of Cardano and get people to submit proposals.
I guess I've got a question. Like, when you're buying pixels, do you get to choose which pixels are like? Obviously, you'd want pixels that are together if you're going to.
So yeah, definitely, you'll be able to pick any individual pixels that are available you want to buy. You'll also be able, if you want to say, buy a grid square or a rectangle, or you can buy them scattered across the whole canvas. It'll be the functionality available, and you'll be able to buy any pixels that you want.
And then obviously people will be trading at some point too.
Yeah.
Be like NFTs.
No, yeah. We want these. The goal of this thing isn't for like whale a certain amount of people to hold all the pixels, so have like dominate a quarter of the map, like the grid. We want these to be highly traded assets so that it is, as we say, a living digital art installation that's constantly evolving. So definitely encourage people to trade them around as much as they want.
Will the first buyer of a pixel, or when you first buy a pixel, will you be able to choose your color, or will you be assigned a random color?
It will stay blank, and then we have a couple. So we have two methods to actually make it functional so that we can prove the ownership of a pixel, and so we can give you the right to change it. The first method is an alpha method, and it shows a proof of concept. We will not implement this. Is that you could descend, like one simple way you could do it to implement this is you could have the pixel, you could send it with like an encoded message or like metadata to our node with the color value you want to change, and it will send it back to you. The second way we can do it is you can see a lot of applications like in Ethereum where you can sync up your MetaMask wallet to projects, which is an easy way to look at the ledger and see what assets a user owns. And through that, we can basically unlock the functionality in our website for that user to change their pixels at any time and to any color they want.
I'm assuming you would need a wallet with a similar functionality that would be able to connect to your website.
That is one thing that we do not provide, but we have looked into it, and there's still projects right now that are developing that. And another thing is, we are also developing our own method to basically to look at the ledger, and when you make an account, you can link your wallet, or at least put your wallet address, so we can look at the ledger and see what pixels or tokens does this account have, and what access permissions to pixels should we give them. And that would also go into our governance system, where each pixel correlates to one voting power, and so this will also come into that aspect.
What will people be voting on in the governance part of it that you mentioned?
The first aspect
just for the charity.
The first aspect is where we
sorry.
want to donate our charity to, where the money will go to, or what we want to do with it. It will be up to the community. The second aspect is how we want to move forward from here. I have some ideas in mind, but I would want this to be a community project so they can commit how we want to continue this project. A couple ideas that I've had is maybe after a year we want to expand the canvas and add more pixels, but that would be up to the holders' opinion if they want to make it expand our project. The second thing is I can ask the community if they want to start selling off other aspects of the website. So you don't only need to sell off pixels, which is like, I think the idea is that basically I'm selling off parts of my website, digital assets. So I can also sell off, let's say, the title, say links. I can sell off the background. I can sell off like real estate on this website, and I will ask the community if they want to do. At the same time, if any other community members has ideas of how they can improve this project and how we can be better moving forward, that'll be up for them to decide.
Will there be a limit on the number of pixels any given wallet or entity can purchase?
That is one concern that we do have, is that what if one person goes there and buys all 1 million pixels and just basically corners the market? So the way we're going to get around this is that on a Twitch event, we're going to be doing giveaways, giving away a large chunk of the pixels itself. But if some user wants to buy every single pixel and just own this website, I guess it is an open market situation, so they can do that. But we will try to first restrict buying pixels to a limit per wallet to make it harder for people to do that. We're thinking about 1,000 per wallet, and so we do not want. We're trying to find ways to hinder and prevent people from basically buying all the pixels. As you say, we want this to be a living website, and we want to be constantly evolving. And also, I think it's kind of, I don't know who would buy all these pixels and buy them all. I think if you bought every single pixel, that would not be a profitable scheme. It kind of defeats the purpose and like destroys the functionality of the whole project. So it's kind of has its own defense in that mechanism.
I think the value of it as a whole might go down. Like if you're going to just own it all yourself, the value is in the diversity of all the different things that are going on.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the point of the $1 million homepage is not to generate value and have like a project like CryptoPunks that makes millions of billions of dollars, makes like profits over time. Our first goal is to get people into the Cardano ecosystem and have a charity fundraiser event. After we sell our pixels and off the wind, I do not care about the value of these pixels. They can be anything. We will continue using our funds and our profits to host a website until we run out of money, and we'll use the future profits to basically keep on developing on our project.
So in case your project is successful and you manage to sell all the pixels, what would be the next step for you?
My next step, let's say it's just hypothetical. The first thing I obviously do is, I'm a person, I go to college, I have debts. I'll probably pay off my debts. The next step is I will take my profits and I will try to found a charity foundation. I think it'll be an amazing idea where I think NFTs is a great avenue for raising money for charity, and this is where this whole part idea comes from, where I think NFT fundraisers that have functionalities is very interesting. What makes my function in NFTs and tokens different than any other project is when you usually buy a classical digital piece of artwork, it has no functionality and it is just a proof of ownership. But when you own a pixel in my page, it does something, it has a function. And I would want to parlay this project into exploring that space more and developing these ideas even further.
Well, that was great. Thank you for the presentation and for answering all our questions.
No, thank you so much.